Good morning. Good morning, Karen. How you doing this
Good
morning?
morning to all of you. Thank you for having me.
This is now you've got your O's jersey on there. You went out to Texas, and instead of I love this approach because I looked at our calendar and I saw that you took the initiative to plug in an interview with us, and I thought, that does make sense. It's a great thing because the students, we talked about them prior to going out to Texas to the Worlds with the robotics competition. But sometimes that just kind of resonates out there and kind of fades away a little bit. But I think you've got a really huge message for the community this morning, right?
I do. I do. And it's a huge thank you. They made something possible for our students that probably would have never happened in their lifetime.
Mm.
And that is something I wanted to let the community know that they support our students so well. We had an overwhelming response to that call for need to
Yeah.
help us pay for our trip. And I can't thank them. I mean, we just can't thank them enough. We have some things that we're doing, on the side that you can't necessarily say online, but just to let the community know that they did it, they stepped up and they helped us out. And our kids can rely on that. And that is an amazing foundation for them to go out and to be successful in the world saying, yeah, this is my town. This is who we are.
Yeah.
We are, we're Orioles and we support each other. So I can't thank them enough. It's
That's going to resonate as
just to,
well.
yep. Just to point out, we had really good friends of ours, no longer with us, of course, but left an amazing, I can't even tell you the legacy they've left. Tom and Chuck Coleman Foundation reached out and didn't even hesitate. This is something they big proponents to when they were alive, and even more so now that they're now gone. The legacy they've left support this type of endeavor and program. I can't thank them enough. And they were successful in their own right. And we all know Chuck Coleman more recently that passed away was Top Gun. He was the trainer of all the pilots and just an amazing man. So successful. So that is going on. Pennies from heaven out there reaching, supporting us, knowing that this is huge. So STEM and the robotics program needs that kind of support. And they did
Well,
it.
it's good for the community to hear that. It's good for the communities to see basically that ROI, right? They're investing in
They
the
are.
future of these kiddos, and they must have had fun. I saw a lot of the videos and photos and all of that, and but to not be there or to think, hey, what would it have been like in their shoes? What was it like?
Well, trying to get our kiddos right now at this hours, it's kind of a hard thing to do. I invite all of them to do the same. But right now they are, when we went away for that time, they're now trying to catch up, in their mind,
Yeah.
those young adults. So some of them are graduating next week. Some, and they're all doing there's so many testings going on right now. So be patient and gracious for them. They I wish I could have videoed every single face. The immense impact of that was pretty good. I mean, you think about this facility was, I believe, and I could be completely off, but I'm pretty close, 2 million square feet
Mhm.
of convention center. And at every level you have worlds, so at every level between elementary at the third level, and then the second level is middle school, and of course the high school. And when you look down the field and you have a quarter mile of fields with 75 teams and everybody that's involved going on at the same time. When they did a round out cheer first thing in the morning, and they said down at the front, they said, okay, let's have this field with Dally and Galileo. You couldn't hear it. You couldn't
Wow.
hear the cheer from all the people around. By the time that I midfield, then you started to hear the cheering. And of course, when you're on your own field, but it was just immense. They had so much fun. They're strategizing right next to us with people from Israel and Turkey and Brazil, and they had Canada and China, and just fun. It was so good for them to. I said, you guys are playing with teams that you've been looking up to for years. They're
Mhm.
like, you're right, we are. And so It was good.
That's pretty neat. If you are just joining us, we're talking with Coach Shineldecker of the O-Bots, and um, there's so many teams in Michigan as well. Did you get a chance to interact with some of those teams
Oh, oh,
in the same kind of excitement and vibe that was going on?
absolutely. Michigan, of course, as you are stating there, that we have the most teams in the world.
Mhm.
State of Michigan does, so we can have our own districts. We we got to meet up with several of our local regions, like our STEM region. One is Cadillac, and the other is Reed City. And we got to have a nice, cool picture, and we sent it out to our region director, Brian Dotson, who's been instrumental in helping us with the UACJ field and stuff. And so we wanted to make sure he knew we met up, we chatted, had a group picture. But that camaraderie that you have with these teams does not falter. So when
Mhm.
you go there, that relationship stays with you. So if they needed a part, not that First in general has that type of collaboration, that gracious professionalism where they go out, and if somebody needs a part, you share your parts with them
Mhm.
because you want them to compete. It's more fun when everybody's competing. It's not fun when they break down, and who wants to see that type of, I mean, we're competitive. Do not, well, do not think that we're not, because we certainly are.
Mhm.
The energy is different. You cheer them on because they could be your alliance the next time or your competition the next time. So
Yeah.
you want to make sure everybody is at, because it's so much better. And so when you are there and your comrades that you've had this relationship with need you, they know they can come right to you. And the other teams around you see that, and you're like, how do you, oh, we're good with them. Do you need something? And we give that. We've had
Yeah.
teams go, do you guys have this? Do you have that? Sure, here you go. You
That's
just
good
share. So,
camaraderie.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
What was let's take two questions, the two prongs, the most amazing moment of the event, maybe the most heart-wrenching moment of the event. Was there something that stood out each way?
I think the ability to show up, compete, and know that your team deserves to be there. There was moments when they were competing that I know that my young team, that confidence of, you're at Worlds now. And so
Mhm.
they're competing against teams that they have to plan a strategy for the next match. The proud moment to me is when they stand up and they have confidence knowing that they're going to achieve this. This is what they can do no matter what, and they do it. And they
Mhm.
know they can. So their robot's going to go out. This is what we can do. They strategize. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can achieve, and they follow through. Knowing they do that, and they come back and like, we did that. And I said, you did that. And their smile, and they see their name up there, ranked 8th on the field, ranked 25th on the field. And when they end this season, and it leads into my wrenching one, when they end the season and they're at 27th out of 75 on a world-class field, and they didn't break down. They're sad that they were done, but knowing we did that,
Mhm.
that you have arrived and you've done that. And so, but the wrenching one is when they're done.
Mhm.
We've known that, but it was sad because my seniors are done and they worked hard. The entire team works so hard. And when they showed up at the field, when we landed and got there sitting in our pit is this orange box with a robot sitting in it that says "O-Bots from Ludington, Michigan," in this whole arena full of robot boxes. They were like, "There's our robot." And I said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It just some of those ahas, is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and the program has been around for so long that I can assume this is that some of those seniors will mentor others, will come back, give
Oh yeah.
feedback, be able to be contributors in the future. And so it's not where, and we see that all the time, where different clubs and organizations and sports that you see those players or those members come back and help. And I would assume the robotics program is no different.
It is not. It is absolutely pay it forward. You're immense. You're integrated into your community because they're the ones that got you there. They're the ones that molded you and made who you are. They are. Some of my seniors, some of my young, still in class now, are going to be coming back doing elementary robotics. Some of
Yeah.
them are mentoring the middle school robotics, so they're going to college. Some are mentoring and doing other type of mentoring when they're at college, tech, U of M, wherever they're going. They do that there too. And then even in our own community, our students still support. Like they support the Rotary, and they're all like tomorrow they're down there bright and early planting petunias, helping everybody, get that block. And they're proud of their community. So they're going to be out there paying it forward, supporting. They don't forget that. And so they're out there. So if anybody has a block that they need a little help, that's our supporters.
That's
We'll be glad to do that. So
Well, we're looking forward to covering it. Our broadcast starts at 8 a.m., so hopefully we catch up with some of the students there live on
well, it
Ludington.
depends on the weather. We'll see how,
I
we'll
know.
have a flag out there. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, but you must be proud. Before we wrap up, as a coach, you must be proud. But let's circle back to again that community inspiration, that appreciation. As we wrap up today, take us through that.
As far as the support goes, I can't say enough. Again, like I mentioned before, we've had, when the school set up the PayPal fund so we can get our, rally our funds, that allowed us to have that support from the schools, uh, tax ID to help us out. So people, when they community members donated, they knew that it was under that clout. The pennies from heaven, of course, and the Chuck and Tom and Chuck Coleman Foundation. That just my heart is overwhelmed with that kind of support. Never hesitated. Mason County Foundation and all of the community members that supported, they didn't hesitate, knowing what was going to happen, what the purpose was, and the investment they're making, that part of it. And we have many friends, and I'm not going to diss anybody's support, whether it's $10, $1,000. We had great turnout for that. So knowing that, I can't thank them enough for that part of it. They have allowed this to happen. They've allowed this to continue, and it will continue. So, oh yeah, for sure. I cannot forget. Ooh, it's going to fall off the neighborhood. So I wanted to make sure,
Yep.
like Tom Payne and the Shaners, the parents alone, all of them, an immense support, never hesitated, knowing we're investing in our students for long term. These are our future citizens that are coming back. You want them to have that base education, experience, in the relationship, because
Mhm.
that is unbelievable down the road. You can't take that away from them ever. And so to me, that's worth it. That's worth it.
No, and I hope it sets the bar because you never know what happens next year and the following year. And you might need for those that have supported to support again. And
Yes,
now that you have results, now that you have
absolutely.
experience from this, hopefully it'll be easier for them to say yes. Like, wow, to see what you accomplished last time, of course we're going to support
Right.
that.
Right. Because the robotics program, given we've got a place to have our shop, we rely solely on support, donations, sponsorship, and all year. I mean,
Yeah.
and we're working on a 30,000 plus,
Mhm.
budget every year. And those kids do fundraising. We do fundraising. It's never ending to be, that's our sustainability, if you want to even call it that, but that's how we have to do it. So every little tiny bit helps us. So we're very thankful.
My last question for you is, I want you to put on a different hat for a moment. Uh, let's circle back for just a moment. We talked about this a few minutes ago with all of the teams out there across the state of Michigan, teams that didn't go to the Worlds. What's your message to them? Because again, we can go 20 minutes down the road, 30 minutes down the road, and there's a robotics team at this school
Right.
and that school.
Right.
What,
We know there is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your message to them to um, be where you were at this year, if that makes sense?
Sure. I don't think you ever want to say that it's not possible. It is hard because it's an amazing achievement. I mean, we're talking just in the state of Michigan alone, we've got 619 plus teams in the state. I think there's only 2 counties in the whole state that don't have a robotics team. So we're talking the ability to achieve is there. But I think the biggest message I have for all teams, reach out, talk to neighboring teams, help each other out. We've got a couple opportunities this fall that we're going to be doing like an all girls competition. We have a couple off-season events at Ferris State. The all girls. You know what? We don't have enough for an all girls, even though I'm working on it. Girls are very much invited and they're amazing. We might team up with another local team, and we're okay with that. I can't say that would be kind of neat to see if we had a football team or a tennis team that needed members to go share, to go compete against something. But robots do that. We do that because why not?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We're like, we want to compete. We don't look at the vision. We don't look at, so that right there is alone. Go reach out, talk to others. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. I don't know. And I am not afraid to go ask another team that's doing it. What are you doing? How are you doing that? I want to know because that's what we do. And so don't be afraid to ask.
It's a good message. Very good message.
Sure.
Well, Coach Shineldecker, I appreciate you taking some time. I appreciate the initiative. I appreciate the excitement, and obviously the community stepped up, and for a great reason. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, it was a great result and finish. And you mentioned something very, very important that stands out is that those kids, their chins were up. The smiles, even though it was the end, for them to not feel like it was the end because of where they placed, because I mean, 27th is pretty good. It's very good out of that. And yeah, at the end of the day, it was a good thing.
It was. I appreciate that very much. So.
Absolutely. Let's talk again. Let's keep our communication and that door open
throughout the year. I mean, we never stop. We keep going. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think that's going to be fun to be able to loop the community in on different things that will happen, because they can come out and watch these. Yep, absolutely. So we'll keep our radar open. Coach, I appreciate you a lot. Have a fantastic Friday. Congratulations to the seniors as part of the O-Bots. We're going to be broadcasting graduation coming up next week. So we'll see them cross the stage and pick up their diplomas. So looking forward to that and so much more. So thanks for everything that you've done as well.
Thank you so much.
You got it. It is 102.7 Mom FM and